So I love the movie, obviously, and I think one of the things that I really like about it is that it takes this idea of all the world's a stage and then like expands it out to this crazy cosmic level. I mean, as actors, this must have been such a treat to just dive into these multiple characters. Can you talk about that a little bit, and then how that kind of, I mean, it's perfect because it reflects what the film is saying about the individual soul reincarnating again and again. Was that, can you talk about that experience? No?
I think you're right. I mean, I don't know whose idea it was. I've got a good guess, but just to make that decision, you know, with the material that they had, to suddenly go, you know what, it would be really amazing if all the actors played characters in each of the different storylines. Was a kind of really brilliant idea to sort of enhance the ideas of the book. And I don't really know how the film would play if it didn't have that kind of playfulness about it. Because it's a big film with sort of big ideas, but because we're all playing and dressing up, and it gives it a kind of fun sort of quality to it, which I think wouldn't be there if that wasn't happening, you know. So, but for us, I mean, it was a blast, you know. We just had so much fun sort of dressing up as all these different people and seeing what worked and seeing what didn't, and you know, transporting yourself into different periods of time, playing different characters all in a one film is a one-off experience, and we're all so aware of that because I mean it just never happens in cinema, you know.
Yeah, I mean I agree. Like for me, I think that people need to understand that this is a ton of fun to watch, and it does have these big ideas in it because it's got this idea of like the individual soul's journey, and I think that if every soul in the film, you guys are each representing a soul, has a journey, your collective journey was to freedom, you know, literal freedom, but then also just freedom from prejudice and greed and all these other things.
Yeah.
How did you kind of interpret that for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, the same thing, you know, exactly the same thing. There was one I remember I said to Lana, I was like, why am I playing this Scottish thug in a bar? Because, I mean, they wouldn't let you play a character unless there was a reason. You had to have a through line for your soul. You know, they wouldn't just say, oh, we'll just put Jim in this scene because it will be funny. Lana and Andy and Tom all needed to have a particular idea of why you were there. So I was like, I didn't understand why this thuggish character I was playing him, because Adam Ewing is such a kind soul and Chang is such a kind soul. And she said, well, you know, in your own way, you're helping Cavendish to escape. You know, you're helping someone again to get to a better place. So I was like, oh, okay. They're too good, you know. They had an answer for everything. Yeah,
it's really brilliantly put together. And the joke was, of course, like they couldn't decide which movie to make, so they made them all.
Yeah.
And it's kind of true, but it works in a perfect way. But you guys have also one of the most beautiful fight sequences I've ever seen on that bridge. It's like watching this violent dance, and it says so much about your characters. So how did the Wachowskis kind of talk to you about that, about what they wanted you to express in that scene physically?
Worked hard on it. We worked hard on it.
Yeah, we practiced 1 month.
Yeah, we did we were just saying earlier, like it was just not heartbreaking, but we worked so hard on that particular sequence. I mean, for a good month we were sort of practicing and doing various versions of it. And then we watch it in the film and it lasts sort of 10, 20 seconds, you know. But I think you're right, you know, it did feel like a dance when we were sort of learning it. And we even busted it out in a nightclub occasionally.
Well, that's something that I think people will look forward to seeing once they've seen the movie. Thanks so much. We love it. Can't wait to have it on AMC.